You got some cash.
What is up, everybody? WTF? Welcome to Funkatopia. I think Michael's running a little bit late today. It's okay. It's all right. He's in the studio kind of doing this thing. And he already had to switch plans around when he found out that the one, the only, the magical, the legendary Lisa Coleman is going to be on the show tonight. We're going to have so much fun talking to her. And I hope you guys definitely tune in for that. It's going to be amazing. This is the pre-show. This is the time where I normally just sit and just say hello to everybody, all you fine folks that are sitting in here. For those that do not know who we are or are just tuning in because, hey, you want to see Lisa, I totally understand it. Please make sure that you click on subscribe. Please make sure that you click on like, follow, whatever it is that's on there. Please make sure that you do all that because it is super, super important so that we can keep you up to date whenever we have these awesome interviews and that you can kind of get a little bit of, get a little bit of up notification and whatnot. And I hope you guys are doing well this morning. And let me just say, what a show tonight. It's going to be so much fun. I have been trying to get Wendy and Lisa on the show for many years and finally started sitting here talking to Lisa and she wants to come on. So we're going to be coming on. She's going to be here at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is a mere 10 minutes from right now. So I wanted to say hello to all you fine folks. What's going on? Dana Dane's going on. I'm going to try my best. If you put your questions up, I will make sure that I kind of star them. But here's the thing. We have a limited time with her tonight. She's only going to be on for like an hour. If she's having a good time and time isn't pressing and she decides to stay for a little bit longer, fantastic. But we only have her for about an hour. So I'm hoping that you guys will definitely hang for the entire scenario. Let me just say, there's a few things that are on the docket that I'll kind of want to make sure that we take care of in this little bit of a pre-show scenario for sure. Again, this is the pre-show, and let me see if I can find the pre-show scroll. I don't really use this one too much because we're normally just sitting here just talking. There it is. This is the Funkatopia Live pre-show. Stay with us. The official show starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, again, for those that are new, Funkatopia is a funk, R&B, and soul channel that we support all kinds of music, and we are very, very purple slanted for sure. But one of the things I wanted to make sure of was tonight was that we really kind of focused on Lisa and we focused on her and her career. And obviously Prince is a massive, massive part of that. So he's definitely going to be in the story for sure. But I want to find out so much more about her tonight, and I hope you guys will too. So if you guys want to put in your questions, that's perfectly fine. I'm going to do my best to star them and put them in here. And I know some people have been sending me some individual texts and messengers and stuff like that because they were, for whatever reason, there's some things that I'm trying not to put questions in that are a little bit too innocuous, such as like, what was Prince like? What was his favorite Jell-O? We're not doing that tonight. Okay. Just so we know, she's an amazing, amazing person, and she deserves to be celebrated. And we're going to do that tonight. So I'm very, very much looking forward to it. So I wish that I could sit here and say hello to everybody, but there's so many of you. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for joining us. Cassandra, what's going on? Cassandra's she's an OG. There's so many OGs in here. Pete's an OG. Lori Johnson's an OG. April Watson's OG. Kyle's an OG. Kyle, Kyle loves Joe Satriani. It seems like every guest that we have on, Kyle's asking about Joe Satriani. Joe Nadi, what's going on? David, Krista, Purple Nerd Channel's obviously here. Samantha, Chandra, Moss Buds, Claire, David, Angelo, man, all you fine folks. Charlotte, what's going on? Charlotte has a question too. I'm going to go ahead and start that. I'm just trying to, if you say I have a question for Lisa, I'm just going to go ahead and start it. I'm not going to read it right now. There is a couple of things that I wanted to get out of the way. We got 7 minutes before we go live at 8 p.m. with Lisa, but I want to make sure that we kind of do some serious prayers up for the folks down in Jamaica right now. Right now, Jamaica is getting body slammed by Hurricane Melissa. No offense to the late Greg Allman, but there is nothing sweet about this Melissa. She is just ravaging Jamaica. She has lost a little bit of force. Now it's been downgraded from a Category 5 to a Category 4. It just seems that's still insanely devastating. You can kind of see some of the devastation. Matter of fact, I have a couple of videos. Here's one of a guy that's sitting in his house and he is watching this river kind of flowing by, and there's no river or stream or anything near him. Check this out. Look at this.
This is outside. I'm looking outside in my house, looking outside. And there are no rivers, anything like that near to me.
Did you hear what he said? There are no rivers or anything anywhere near him. And it looks like that out in his front yard. And you know it's bad. You know it's bad when the meteorologist who happened to see everything. I mean, they've seen everything from thunderstorms to, I mean, all kinds of stuff they've seen. And what's insane is that it's just, it's crazy how many it's unreal. These meteorologists, they see thunderstorms, they see hurricanes, they see, okay. Listen to how this meteorologist reacted to, just look at this.
So I've gone for about 10 minutes here, and
180 now.
180. What's the pressure?
Pressure, and this is Air Force flying into that.
Yeah, this is Adam Berg. He's giving me this
pressure
information.
is now down to 896.
Oh my Jesus Christ. Okay. All right, I'm going to hold it together here. So 896 millibars is stronger than Hurricane Milton when it made that run last year.
I mean, when you respond like that, that's like, oof. I mean, of course that's, offensive to some, but the reality of it is that God, just, if you have a moment, just before you hit the sack tonight, make sure you get some prayers up for those folks in Jamaica. For those who ever, first off, let me go ahead and bring in the one, the only, the legendary NPG legend himself and official co-host of Funkatopia Live, the one, the only, Mr. Michael Bland.
Yeah, hey man, I'm off over in the special. Hey, you got that special access to everything. Just
what
by
do you mean?
myself. I'm not.
What are you talking about?
Ain't nobody here. I'm looking around. I use your special link that you. I'm in there by myself, man. I went back through the live guest and found you. So that link is not working for me, bro.
Live guest is working. The other one's working, right? Though, right?
I was there. I didn't see
all right.
you or anybody over there, so I had to. I just logged out and came over here as a guest.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, there you go. Look at him.
I'm here.
There he is.
I was here at 6:37 looking for you.
Yeah, I was
you were over there. Yeah, all right. Well, yeah, I found you now. All right.
Yeah, I found it. Let's make
Quick
sure
as I came home to not miss this, man. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, man. It's got to make. Yeah, I just need to make sure that Lisa's got the right address too. So I actually sent Lisa my my cell phone. I said, any issues, just please let us know.
Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna be. Yeah.
Right
so
on. It's just yeah.
Yeah. So
well, I don't know what you've been talking about because I've been sitting there twiddling my thumbs with.
Well, we were just talking about the prayers up for Jamaica and all that stuff. I mean, if you've ever been to Jamaica, you see most of those people live in shacks that are made with these, flimsy pieces of wood and cloth. And I mean, they live kind of like the beach life, I guess. It's not not by choice. I'm just obviously, but I mean, they live in literal shacks, and to be able to have to deal with that type of devastation is just unreal. It's just unreal.
I
so
see.
I
I was in rehearsal all day. I'm sure some things happened that I just didn't hear about.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, man. So also, I guess while we're here, a couple other, we got how many more minutes? Well, we got 2 more minutes before we go live. Well, we got to wait for Lisa to get here though too. A couple other prayer requests as well. I'm not exactly sure what's happening, but Brian Setzer from the Stray Cats, they canceled their fall tour. He said that he is he's going to have to cancel the tour due to a serious illness. Did not indicate what that serious illness is, but obviously the Stray Cats are badass. They were so badass back in the day, and it's just so great, man.
I'll tell you what Prince said about the Stray Cats.
Oh, here we go. What did Prince say?
Prince saw them at they came open for somebody major at some stadium. He said Prince said I went there early to see the Stray Cats perform. He said they came out in the first 10 minutes. Old boy's hair just fell down. He said I went back to the limo because Setzer's hair fell down. Prince was like, that ain't funky at all, and went back to the purple limousine. Like the whole show, you gonna let the hair fall? Nope. That's Prince.
Yeah, it's like, so it wouldn't matter if musically they were killing it.
Yeah,
the whole part of the hair.
Using the final net on your dude, bro. What's wrong with you? Where's the final net?
You know what? Every single time that I've ever seen them perform live, I've never seen them actually perform live, but whenever I see them a concert or something, that always happens because they're always thrashing. Kind of like a Mumford and Sons type of just, throwing themselves around and things. Yeah. And his hair just kind of goes crazy. And that's always been their thing.
I guess so. But Prince's thing has always been, if I shook my dude loose, I'm putting a hat on then. I'm not going to just stand out there with my hair just straight down.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you know who we're talking about, man.
Yeah, we know what we're talking about. Yeah,
listen,
he's all about perfection.
Details. Yes, he paid attention to his own details and yours too.
Yeah, that's right. So, and again, I know it's 8:00. We're waiting for Lisa to get in here. Lisa is in the studio right now, but she said she was going to break out to come on the show, so she's going to be coming on here shortly.
Okay.
So we got a couple more things to top it up.
Night for Lisa Coleman. I'll wait all night.
Yeah, we're all good. We're all good. She's in the studio. I know she's been gracious enough with her time to kind of work it in. The other thing I want to say too, while I got an opportunity, it seems like I should have had a couple of moments during previous broadcasts to mention this, and I have mentioned this before, but everybody obviously knows a lot of the people in the Purple family, and Dr. Funkenberry, Jeremiah, has really kind of been going through it. He's been dealing with cancer struggles. It just seems like it's getting worse and worse. So please make sure that if you have an opportunity, go to funkatopia.com/Dr. Funk, DRFUNK.
Oh yeah.
It will take you right to his GoFundMe page so that you can help him battle the whole cancer. And help him pay for some of those expenses, because I can tell you I've gotten a bill for an MRI before and I almost choked. So I can't even imagine what these ongoing things that he's going up against is. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. Well,
sure.
Guess who's here?
Well, don't keep us waiting.
All right, you guys ready? I don't need to. There's so many
fans tonight, man. Come on with it.
Yeah, I pre-warned her that we were gonna fangirl, so just go.
I'm gonna be cool because she don't know us. We better be cool, man.
No, it's all good. All right, so listen. let's do this.
Want to get into it, man?
Yeah.
Want to get into it, man?
Yeah. Move it.
Groove it.
Like a Lisa Coleman.
They say, let me hold on. He's ready. Why, Mr. Malcolm Bland's ready.
Come on, man.
They say that behind every great man is a great woman.
Well,
and in Prince's case, he had many, many mighty women behind him.
Yes, sir.
And of great importance was our guest tonight as a member of Prince's band during the Dirty Mind era, and then as a member of Prince and the Revolution, helping Prince navigate the most successful decade of his career, not just as a keyboardist, but I'll say it, and you've heard me say it on the show many, many times before, that her and Wendy were a significant part of his writing team with her partner, Wendy Melvoin. And after the disbanding of the Revolution, Wendy and Lisa would continue to display their musical prowess as the Wendy and Lisa duo, releasing 5 incredible albums. Last year, she released her first beautiful solo album, Collage. Fantastic, by the way. If you haven't heard it, you need to listen. It's beautiful.
I'll be listening tonight after this podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome the one, the only, Miss Lisa Coleman.
My goodness, absolutely.
Hi, you guys.
Hi.
Oh my goodness gracious. She is here in the flesh.
Do I need to wear headphones?
Can you hear us okay?
Yeah.
No, then no.
Okay.
These are just for style.
Yes.
Yeah,
we just got to make sure there's no feedback and whatnot. But
you
got a lot of
right
people,
to me. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
good.
Yeah, lots of folks giving love. Lots of people showed up. Let me just say, I want to get it right into it because I know that our time is limited. I understand you're in the studio right now and you kind of broke free for us. Can I ask what you're doing right now in the studio?
Oh, sure. Yeah. It's pretty exciting. Wendy and I have been working with Annie Lennox, and we're that's the project right now, and we're just starting to get to the mixing stage and do all that fun stuff. So I don't know when it'll be out or anything like that. I mean, we started the project just for fun. We met at a Joni Mitchell thing in at the Gorge in Washington, and we just hit it off and decided to play around in the studio. And we weren't thinking of making a record or anything. We were just having fun. But here we are. We have a whole record, and we decided it should be heard. So I'll play it right now.
All right.
I've been waiting. I've had bated breath over that project since I heard about it. I think my imagination is going places. I mean, I don't know what you guys are actually doing, but I'm expecting something really great.
Well, thank you. I hope it lives up to it. It's as you might expect, it's kind of a mixture of things. We have the sad songs, and then we have the dancey songs, and it's, I don't know. It's good.
So who's doing I mean, this has been, obviously for a Wendy and Lisa album, the last thing you guys released was 2008, I guess it was, White Flags and Winter Chimneys. And is it primarily writing with you two? Are you doing the writing, or everybody is kind of collectively pitching in for this project? Or
yeah, it's the three of us. Like Annie even will get on a keyboard and play, and it's like we're all doing everything, and just having fun, and it just turned out so good, I think, because we were just having fun. It just has a good positive energy, and you'll see.
Oh, I cannot wait. Is there a release date that they have set or they've discussed? Or?
No.
She said she didn't have one yet.
Oh, I missed that. Sorry. I'm still in the fangirl mode. My apologies.
No, I'm in business mode because she's not going to be here forever. So
I understand. Yeah. Yes, I understand. Listen, there are so many things that I did not know about you, and Michael and I have said this many, many times in the show that I would love to be able to get, Wendy and Lisa or one of the other, because I feel like you guys were such an integral part of the music that we know and love from Prince, and you had so much involvement in the creative process of all of that. And, most of the time you did not get your credits. Most of the time you did not get your credits, and it was not, even though it was well overdue. So I guess, my first question is that, is there another Wendy and Lisa project that you guys are thinking about in the future, potentially?
I'm always thinking that.
Nice.
So yeah, we've had a couple of times over the years where we start writing and we'll do a couple tracks and then like a scoring gig will come up or something and then we get onto that and then we haven't had like the momentum for just the two of us to, actually make a whole album. So it's been a little frustrating but it's also been rewarding because we've been working and, just doing other things. So, but yeah, I mean, hopefully, yeah, we'll always make music together.
Well, and I really would love to know how it actually started as far as your family is concerned, because I did kind of dig into, some of the family history and whatnot, and found pictures of your mother, Mary Lou Inda Saletti. Am I pronouncing her name correctly?
Yeah,
and
that's right.
and she was a visual artist. Can you tell me exactly what it was that she actually did? Because I'm curious as to where your artistry kind of came from, the genealogy of it.
Oh wow, yeah. My mother, she turned to painting because she was a singer when she was younger, and she sang in jazz clubs. And she, that's what she kind of wanted to do. But that was like in the 50s, early 60s. And, she met my father and they got married, had kids. She did the whole thing, and she became like a housewife. So, she ended up taking art classes and things like that just for an outlet. And it was, I learned so much from her because of that, just, I mean, my father was a musician. Obviously, he was part of the Wrecking Crew. He did
Really?
sessions and sessions and sessions, and I never saw the guy.
Wow.
No, I mean,
you mean Wrecking Crew Memphis? Wrecking Crew?
No,
the LA Wrecking Crew,
The LA Wrecking Crew.
Right. Yeah,
West Coast.
Right.
Yeah. So, like from him, I learned the professionalism and like that kind of dedication. But from my mother, I learned a whole other kind of dedication, because she just needed to do it. She didn't do it for money. In fact, she had to work against the system, being a woman and a Latina woman. And, she struggled a lot in her life. And my parents advantaged me so much and supported me artistically. I can never express how grateful I am for that.
Well, I mean, you do it through your music, and I think your gratitude shows through because your stuff is just masterful. I mean, I was re-listening to all the albums today. Matter of fact, broke out the vinyl and was just kind of just digging in and just, you guys are just such an amazing crew. And it's just staggering to me for sure.
Well,
and
you.
before we bypass your father, he played, for those that don't know, a couple notables that he actually was on the soundtrack for Hair, if I remember correctly. And also he was part of the Simon and Garfunkel's Bridge Over Troubled Water album as well. I know those two. Are there some other more significant ones that you can remember?
Oh my God. It's like
there's so many, right?
Yeah, I'm serious. The list goes on and on and on. I mean, Motown, he took me a couple times to Jackson 5 sessions.
Wow.
And, I got to like sit in. I was a little kid, and he would just like sneak me in. And then, like one time Berry Gordy saw me sitting there and was like, who's that kid sitting there? But my dad came, that's my kid, she's okay. She didn't come in off the street or something because I probably looked all like
So now, is that how you got in? So, I mean, I'm curious because as far as let's talk about when you first started getting into music. Specifically, let's talk about maybe let me see, let me pull this up. Let's talk about Waldorf Salad. Tell me a little bit about Waldorf Salad and just about this project in general.
Well, my brother, my sister, Wendy's brother Jonathan, and our friend Deirdre, we're all friends, and we used to just jam and make a bunch of noise and do like Frank Zappa tapes and do like talking and music, and I don't know, it was like very Frank Zappa. It was weird. But one day Mike Melvoin, Wendy and Jonathan's dad, came down to the studio where we were playing, and he was more like, "You guys sound like a bunch of chimpanzees. What are you doing down here?" So he said, "Why don't you play some songs and, let me write some songs for you?" And so he kind of like gathered us and like, "Here, I wrote a couple songs and learn this, and let's," then he took us in the studio and we recorded these songs, and, it was actually pretty good for a bunch of kids.
Yeah. Let's listen to 45 seconds of one. Hey, let's do that.
Oh my
You
God.
gonna pay for?
That's a little taste of Waldorf.
Yes, I hear Todd Rundgren. I hear the Partridge Family. I'm into it. Yeah,
I know, with all the
yeah, absolutely. I'm buying it.
It was so funny.
Oh my gosh.
It was a great experience, and I learned a lot just being in the studio and how it works, and it was a fantasy, but secretly we were still behind closed doors playing crazy Frank Zappa music, and, and wanting to do that. So it kind of fell apart. It didn't really go anywhere. But that's so funny that just comes up every once in a while.
Well, it's because of the history attached to it with
it's because of you.
Yeah.
Right.
One of the reasons. Yeah, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
So, there had to be something, I'd imagine, between Waldorf Salad and when Nikki Yorgler, who was the secretary for Steve Fargnoli, kind of brought you to the attention of Prince. What were you doing that Nikki knew about you? How did that all work as far as you being discovered by Prince?
Wow. Well, I always had bands with my brother, and he'd have his own band and I'd have my own band, and then we'd have a band together, and then it was just like music galore. And Nikki lived down the street, and and she was my best friend for a while, and God, I don't know. We played a couple of. I remember one time I played the piano at this bar called Ports here in LA, and a bunch of friends came to see me, and I I bought them all beers, and when I left, I owed the bar $62. Like, I didn't even get paid. Everybody drank. It's on me.
Yeah, it's like the Blues Brothers.
but you know,
they
how you do
drank
it,
more money than they made that night.
exactly. It was
Yeah,
funny.
that happens every now and then. So then you find yourself, obviously, tell us about that first day that you met Prince, or the first time that you met him. I mean, did you know about him over in LA at this point? Because this is pretty early in his career. This is pre Dirty Mind where you showed up. But did you even know who he was?
No, I did. I had heard "I Want to Be Your Lover" on the radio, and honestly, I thought it was a girl or a girl group, or and I liked it a lot. I just never like caught who it was, and then
I get that.
Nikki,
It could have been the Emotions or somebody. Now I'm thinking about
I
Right.
mean, those background vocals and stuff,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
it. Doo-doo-doo. Right.
yeah. I was putting two and two together and coming up with girl. So, but yeah, then when Nikki told me about this opportunity and gave me the record to listen to, I was like, there was that song, and it blew my mind. And I thought that there was some kind of strange, psychic connection, because that song had really hit me. And, I don't know, it was mysterious in a way, and so he flew me out and to Minneapolis, and he picked me up at the airport, and it was like, it was it wasn't good.
Different.
It was very uncomfortable. Yeah. It was like I was so shy, and he,
Yeah. Two
he's
shy people in a car at
little shy.
at MSP.
And-
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're like,
Yeah.
Oh
and
my.
I don't
So-
know.
Did you break the ice, or did he break the ice? How did you break out of that?
Well, luckily, when we got to his house, he just like pointed down the stairs, like there's a piano down there. So I went to the piano and I started playing. I think I was pretty sure that he was listening. So I'm sure I played some, whatever was the hardest thing that I knew.
Rachmaninoff.
Right.
Right.
It kind of was. And,
All
so he was like on the phone already with, I don't know, Steve or
Owen
something,
or
saying-
Steve? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, probably Steve Fernley at that
Right.
time.
Okay.
And he was saying, "Oh yeah, I don't think it's gonna work out." She, ugh. And then he heard me playing, and then he was like, "Oh wait, never mind." And he came down the stairs and checked me out, and then he picked up a guitar, and then we just started playing, and that's where we hit it off, because it was like we really like,
That's where you started to talk.
Yeah.
exactly.
That was the conversation. Yeah.
That's what we understood, and that's how we knew how to talk. So
Sure.
Yeah. Music
Yeah.
is his love language. I think it's all of your love languages. I mean, all of ours. It's the reason, anyways, I'm very
Yeah.
excited to be able to kind of dig into this a little bit, because then I guess at some point in time you're brought in and Dirty Mind happens. Now, I know as far as Dirty Mind is concerned, I know you're featured on the back, but as far as credited, let's put it that way, as credited, you only did background vocals on the song Head. Was there any other involvement on this album, or did he pretty much bring you in? How did you even hear what he was doing on this album?
he was going back and forth to LA, and so I did Head the song
Yeah,
in LA.
of course.
And then in Minnesota, he had like his studio down in the basement, and it was like this little funky tiny room, and we did Party Up in there. So I was on Party Up as well. So
Did you play and sing, or?
yeah.
Awesome. I never knew that.
Yeah, I mean, because you're not this is part of this running thing that is where your contributions are all over these Prince albums, especially the albums where he has had the most success, and how much he leaned on you. And later on, as we kind of progress here with Wendy, is just unreal how much that your fingerprints are all over that music. And so, and the only thing you're credited with again on here is just background vocals on Head, but you're telling me that you've actually played on more tracks than
I mean,
indicated.
During that time period, I mean, I played and sang on all of those records, and wrote for Vanity Six, and and he had this thing that he would make stuff up. Like I'd have to sign these contracts that said, okay, I'm going to credit you on, Oliver's House. I had nothing to do with Oliver's House. But he credited me on Oliver's House.
I've heard this often about like credits, and like it seemed to be random sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, even during my period with him, it's like, well, who had anything to do with that? There's no band members on that track, but he's crediting everybody. And then something we completely, were involved in, like a couple of us, but not the rest. I never understood what was really happening that way.
I know. Yeah. He would just make up things, and like with the time, I was credited as background vocals by various girlfriends, and I did a lot on that time record.
So he reduced your role to being great.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
I've been there.
I was going to say another thing about Prince leaning on us. I don't know if he leaned on us. I think at that time we set off a spark, and he was really clear in his mind, and he knew how to utilize me. He saw in me what I could do, what my strengths were, and he championed that, and he, for better or worse sometimes. And I think that had a lot to do with it. It was his own clarity about what he was doing, and he was making this whole thing, and we just were there kind of like going, yeah, let's do it, instead of going, what? So he was like happy.
Yeah. It's that age-old maxim of like, you can accomplish anything in life as long as you don't concern yourself with who gets the credit. It's sort of that. Like, you build the track with them from the ground up, and then when it comes time to get your credit, there's none.
None.
Yeah.
None.
All right.
It's
he
was
a consistent. I'll say that. Yeah.
So you did the live performance on Saturday Night Live of Party Up, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So was that your first national television appearance, is playing keyboards in that scenario? Uh-oh. Okay. I'm waiting now.
Go with yes.
No. Oh, no, it wasn't. We got to know now.
Waldorf Salad.
Hey,
was on the Merv Griffin show.
Oh man!
Oh my God!
If you even know what that is.
Oh yeah, the outro, the theme on the thank you everybody. The high trumpet. I remember that from my childhood.
I do too.
Yeah, with the trumpet.
You're right. Love Merv.
Yeah, he used to live right down the street from my grandmother, and every single time we would go to the store, we would be coming back from A&P, which is a grocery store up north, and we would coming back, and every single time that we would pull into her neighborhood, she goes, Merv Griffin lives down there. I said, Grandma, you say it every time we pass this road. Yes, I know Merv Griffin lives
just down the way. He's right. He's famous.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Exactly. So, since we're talking about some of your involvement, let's talk about controversy for a second. I'm going to spend a little time on Prince because, again, I told you before when we were talking earlier before we did the show, I want to focus on you, but I know that Prince is a massive part of your history. What kind of involvement did you have on Controversy? I know there was obviously a lot of shout outs and stuff and background vocals, but anything else of significance?
Wow, that there was a lot.
According to
So
according to Prince Fall, it said you did background vocals on Controversy, Ronnie Talk to Russia, and Jack You Off, and keyboards on Jack You Off also. So obviously there's that, but obviously as the discussion is going here, we're finding out that you had much more involvement in a lot of the construction of some of these songs.
Well,
yeah. So we put it out.
well, yeah, a lot. A few people did.
I'm sure.
And I lived with him for a while. He took me in. I was a homeless girl, and so I lived with him. So, and he was always working. So I really lose track when I try to think about what I did on what, because he would just call me in, like, come downstairs, do this thing, or I can't reach that note. Can you play the second hand? And we'd be like 4 hands on a keyboard. And
yeah, you see Michael shaking his head over here. We've had this discussion before.
Yes.
That I'll be like, what'd you do? And he was like, I did a lot. I don't even know what I did.
right?
But the thing I have to my advantage as far as hearing what I was involved in is that I have a particular sound on the drums. With the keyboards, everybody's playing the same instrument. Even though your fingers might land in different places, the tone is kind of the same. I mean, the sound is the
Exactly.
same. So but I know my drumming from Morris or Prince or Sheila.
Sure.
So it's easier for me to remember what I played on if I hear myself. Yeah. With you, I bet it'd be a little more complicated.
Well, in the early records, yeah. Later on, I could identify myself because I started playing
Your
more,
voicing, you started stretching out,
clusters
right?
and things like
You
that.
started
yeah,
giving it
so-
to him, right? Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes,
like, take
sure.
that.
That,
So-
yeah.
yeah, but in the beginning,
on.
yeah, you're right. It was like, synthesizers with the presets, like just, everybody sounded the same, really.
I heard that
Right.
he used to like stack, like it's like 2 sounds, 1 part, like just to like
Oh,
confuse
yeah.
people who were trying to like do what he was doing. Like he'd
Yeah.
do little things like that. Okay.
Yeah,
one
like
of
you mix an organ with horns and you just blend it. So it sounds like an organ, but it sounds like, what the fuck is that organ? It's like
Exactly.
insane.
And then when they try to cover it, it's like, well, something is wrong. I can't
Something's
figure it
not
out.
there. Yeah.
Yep, that's because Prince wanted it to be difficult for you to figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as
puzzle
far
My
as-
goodness.
as far as synthesizers are concerned, I think that Prince was probably one of the first artists that I ever noticed where he would have that long sustaining note that would go like through an entire chorus or an entire verse, and man, it just sat there for a long time. And I think Prince was probably the first one that I noticed. I was just like, is that like a 44 hertz? What, it's like a certain type of tone or something that he's doing. It's kind of almost mesmerizing. Did you have to do a lot of that where you just like hold a sustained note all the way through for a chorus, not like a chord, but like
Yeah.
one sustained note?
I mean, a lot of his songs, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump in.
No,
there,
go
but I was
ahead.
gonna say a lot of his songs have that, but I mean, it's like an ARP string ensemble or something, like Do Me. Do Me Baby has got that, that F sharp is just kind of sustaining, but it does start moving around as the song goes on. I know what you're saying. It's a popular device. I just can't come up with any
Right.
other records where people did that. But in the 70s, Stevie Wonder probably did that,
Yeah, I think Prince was the first time I actually noticed it because it was so out front. It's kind of like Boston. The first time you hear Boston's album, and you're like, the guitar is like right there.
Yeah.
And it was that was the first time that I had ever really, heard it like that. What
That's
are some
the
of this? Go ahead. No,
I
so
was
what
gonna
are
say,
some of
that's the thing I like about Prince's records is really the synth work was always the most impressive to me. I don't know. I think 1999 is such a showcase for just keyboards, like just the keyboard arrangements and Purple Rain also. It's just an extension of a really specific thing happening. I don't have enough technical knowledge to really understand what it is, but it's just so kind of lush and wide, but it's also pointy in places where it needs to be. I mean, it's just I was always trying to figure out, like, is he playing to the sound or is he programming a lot? You know?
It
So-
was mostly presets, but you know how they'd have like 2 or 3 I mean, some synths you could really edit the sounds, but a couple were just, you had a filter cut off and, you know, LFO, and maybe that's it. So we fully would use whatever was available, you know. So if it was a filter cut off, it was like, meow, you know, always those kind of events. And, you know, Prince would always say, like, produce yourself. Like,
Yes.
you know,
And
produce
then
your
I will
parts.
take the credit at the end of it. Yeah.
I know. Give me
Produce,
producer
but
points.
but you won't get credit for doing it. It's all right. We're getting there together. Yes.
Right.
Well, and I think another important thing about
Produce,
1990, not only the production, but another important thing from a personal note with 1999 is that it's also the first time that I remember seeing Wendy's name pop up, credited on background vocals for the song Free. And that was actually the first time that because the first time I think that anybody knew about her out in public was playing guitar, obviously on Purple Rain, but she was obviously a very, very good friend, a childhood friend of yours. And obviously it's such what is it like having your best friend playing in the band alongside of you all that time?
Great. It was great. And especially because she could play, you know, and I was proud of her. And yeah, the three of us, and no disrespect for the rest of the Revolution guys. Everyone was so incredible, and you know, really a good cast for a band. The way we all fit together and everybody's abilities, you know. But when Wendy came in, it really kind of like was the last piece of this puzzle. You know, I mean, having me in the band, it was like, oh, there's a girl in the band. But then having Wendy, another girl, and then it's a little bit more like, oh, well, maybe they're musicians.
Right.
You know?
Maybe it's like Sly and the Family Stone. Like the women are actually playing instruments. And
right.
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, but even though you still had that angle, you were still being marketed a certain way. Do you feel like that kind of took away from, you know, now there's a focus on your musicality, but now they're gonna divert that attention by making you a couple with Jill Jones in 1999?
Yes.
Obviously.
But before you answer that question, I also wanted to ask, first off, is it true that Prince just happened to catch you guys sort of touching each other in that iconic shot and was like, nobody move, and took that Purple Rain shot where you and Wendy are sort of not canoodling, but you're clearly being, you're touching each other in a lovely way. And did Prince say that and see that and like, wait a minute? You know?
He did. He saw that. And then I moved, and then he came right back up to me. He literally took my hand and put it, you know, where it is in the picture. It was like, don't move.
Okay.
And, yeah.
I was wondering if that was the truth. Okay.
It is kind of, yeah.
That's incredible that he had the foresight, that he can see so much in just a few seconds. I never understood how he was so clear. I know. Moments. It happened all the time when I was there also. It was just like, how did you see that? Nobody was in the room. Yeah.
Well, he was already putting together the couple thing, because here, you know, you're with Jill Jones, and so this was already something that he was crafting.
Yeah.
And I think when Jill obviously went to do her solo project, she wasn't a part of what happened after this. I guess Wendy kind of fit into that spot. I mean, is that how you kind of feel that was?
I think it got there, but I really didn't think of it that way until I saw like the Raspberry Beret video where you guys are kind of in the same shot all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Mhm.
But that was when I was like, oh, okay, they're a real team. Before that, I guess I saw things, but I didn't really. That was the point. I don't know why, but it took me till then to go. I see, like it's a thing,
Yeah.
a real thing. I'm not imagining this. It's being actually advertised this way.
Yeah, projected
Yeah.
that way. Did you see it when it was happening? Or to recognize it at least?
Yeah. The thing is that I was participating. It wasn't, it was something that was fun for me too, to be like, ooh, mysterious, what's going on there, and just, I mean, there was even one time when I was too androgynous and Prince came up to me and said, "Are you trying to entertain the boys or the girls?" And I was like, "Oh." you know, both.
What's wrong with entertaining both? Is what I don't get.
That's what he was doing.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
Look who's talking.
What's the problem?
He didn't like the competition. I'm the only switch in this. Right. I'm switch,
Right.
but, yeah.
Switch.
You trying to be like me now?
Exactly. Right.
So then Wendy comes into the picture, and are you, it must be like just heaven for you, because this is somebody that you love dearly, and you're able to play this part out publicly.
Yeah.
And so it must be, it's got to be some sort of solace and comfort for you to be able to just kind of be in that comfortable spot publicly.
I'm not sure about that, because what
let her answer.
Okay, but, you have to let me know when I'm interrupting too much. Man.
No, go ahead.
For about 15 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Saying almost anything.
Go ahead, Lisa.
I lost my train of thought.
We're
Well,
talking
as
about
far as your comfort level with,
how comfortable. Because to me, I'm like, there is an exploitative aspect to letting your life be known in this respect, and I mean, for anybody, it has nothing to do with your orientation or how you feel about things. I'm saying it's your life. How do you feel about that being so out there? And I think there's a price for that.
Oh, there is. I mean,
Please.
if you, look, if you stake any claim, you're going to be challenged. If you just want to be blank, be blank. But we didn't want to be blank. We were fine.
Okay.
It got hard sometimes, and sometimes I didn't like it. Just plain old didn't like it. Like not today. But at the same time, like I said before, I was participating in this adventure and playing a part when, as we progressed over the years, it's like we started inventing these people, so I was like playing the part of Lisa, because there's a lot more to me. There's a lot more to Prince. That's why he had the time. That's why he had the Vanity Six. That's why he has all these side projects and writes for other people. That's why, there was more to him than what you saw. So, you just end up choosing the part to play and what to share and how much to share. And, and I was young and I was like kind of risky. I was fine with it.
Yeah, I bet. But I'm talking about like the dichotomy of playing that out in the public eye like that and being marketed like that. But I think I read in the Out interview that Wendy had kind of mentioned that, as far as in the real world, she really wasn't very hip on really kind of making that up, kind of speaking out about that much.
Yeah, Wendy felt a bit different than I did, definitely. Which is kind of funny because I feel like I'm the more private person, but and she's an extrovert, and but she felt a little more like wait, who has rights to this? It's kind of not. It's not cool.
Yeah, I got it. Understood. So I'm going to fast forward through Prince's stuff because again, I want to focus on you and Wendy. But let's close that chapter. We'll talk about Sign of the Times and your guys' involvement in a lot of the writing on that album, and kind of not getting any credit or even a thank you for some of the work that you guys did. Can you kind of tell me about that day when that album got released and kind of seeing where everything was, and I guess if that involves talking about how you guys were let go, talk a little bit about that too.
Yeah, I remember when the album came out and we heard it, me and Wendy, and it was song after song, kind of mind blowing, and we were like looked at the credits and it just said a thank you for something, and it was like getting a photo album, of your ex, and like you're torn out of a lot of the photos.
Oh, that sucks.
It's like the songs were still there, and even some of our parts that we had put on were there, but a lot of it he took off, and he like redid his version. Like we had this conga thing that we did, and he stripped it off and he did his own conga thing, but and it was, I don't know, I didn't want to be so affected by it. I felt like I understood him enough to not be too surprised. And like, of course he did that. And when he fired us, he said he wanted to do more by himself. He said, he let go of a lot and he became this entrepreneur. And really what he wanted to do was be a musician. And so he, went in the studio by himself again and did Sign of the Times. And it's pretty cool album. I mean,
oh yeah, it's amazing album for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of glad you guys did actually move on and do your own thing, because this right here is the jam. Let me just say, this is such an amazing album. So let's start here with your first talking about how you and Wendy put this album together, and what your thought process is. Is there anything that you're thinking about when you're recording this? Like, we need to show them that we can do it on our own. Is it you have a lot to prove, I imagine, with this album?
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, in a way we wanted to fully abandon, the Minneapolis sound, or, we weren't, that wasn't even a phrase, I don't feel like in my life back then. It was like, but we couldn't stop thinking about him. It's like,
of course,
don't think about Prince. Okay, write a song. It was like, so a lot of it was fueled by, he's going to hear it, and he's a judgmental guy. And, I was like, oh no, he's going to, really tear it apart. So we did our best and we supported each other, and Bobby Z was really in there with us.
Nice.
And so we had kind of group therapy. I mean, we would have some days where we were literally like, we couldn't understand what was happening. What is happening? But okay, carry on. Let's just do this record and
carry on. You did. Did he ever have any feedback with any of your releases? I mean, we know we're talking about the first album, but did he have any feedback at all? Did he reach out to you?
I'm not so much about the music, he would say like, you should be out there jumping off speakers, and have you seen Lita Ford? And like comparing us to other performers that were like more rockin' and like rah! And we weren't quite that rockin'. Sorry.
Yeah,
but
I remember him.
The music wasn't like that. Yeah, no, what?
I remember him saying one thing, which was like their debut video and Wendy's in a chair. Like,
Right.
I remember him saying he didn't understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he thought we were boring.
Yeah, but look, you have to consider the source. So
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean, to him, like, yeah. My piano was filled with water and,
Yeah.
it was all crazy looking. And,
I thought it was a hot look. I love
it
that
was
song.
kind of cool. I liked it.
Mhm.
And then
But, yeah.
one of my all-time favorite albums, obviously. I love the first one, but this album right here is incredible, incredible, incredible. Fruit at the Bottom is such a monster album.
Oh, yes.
There's obviously a very distinct difference in the sound and how you guys are recording. You're definitely more leaning into that Minneapolis sound and funk, even whether it's intentional or not.
Mhm.
What was your thought process? And okay, we did this album, what was your thought process for recording that one?
Kind of, I don't know if we were really that concerned with Prince as much. And so it didn't matter if we kind of sounded more like we were from that. You know what I mean? Like we felt freer to use whatever. And when we first started making Fruit at the Bottom, the concept was like that the drums would be really little, just these small sound, so we were just going for it in terms of sonic things and, trying out, still using tape and, turning it over and doing backwards things or, having fun in the studio. And Prince actually responded to that album, and he did that mix of Lolly Lolly, which was pretty cool.
Yes.
Look at you showing me things.
He likes to do that. He likes to show people stuff.
Is it more like this is what you should have done, or I appreciate the song, but I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. This is how I would have done it.
Well,
How did you?
that's how I took it. It was like, if you were this close. But when he likes something, he takes it.
So sometimes it's better if he just doesn't like what you're doing, so you can keep it for yourself.
Right. Yeah. That's happened a lot. It happened to Brown Mark. It happened to a variety of different people.
Happened to me and Sonny many times. I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I don't know if you know this or not, but this is the 35th anniversary of this album this year. My all-time favorite, Eroica.
It's just one after another, man.
This was released
records.
in 1990. So it's the 35th anniversary of this unbelievable album. It's sonically, it is just, I mean, that photo says it all.
Oh yeah.
Sonically, it was just so big, especially songs like Why Wait for Heaven and how it just kind of just enveloped. It was every single time that you guys stepped into the studio, you were like just kept expanding and kept on, pushing the envelope and going in different directions. And where was your headspace in this? Because this album is fire. It's unbelievable.
Well, we had a great band at the time, and we were just really hitting it off and playing so well together that we were like, let's go in the studio and write. And Carla Azar on drums.
I was going to ask about Carla. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she played on the record?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah. And she's actually on the first record. We met her way back when, and then she made it on Everything But You, maybe, on the first album.
Okay.
But and Chris Bruce on guitar. And yeah, he's great. He works with Michelle and all kinds of cool people. But yeah, we had this band that was so good, and we were playing a lot live, so we took it in the studio and wanted it to be more like have that live energy or bigness. And we owe a lot to Susan Rogers. She was the engineer and actually kind of the associate producer you know, which she should have been credited. My fault.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But at least you admit it, though. That's a difference. So there's a difference.
Yeah,
I
if
messed
I
that
could go
one.
back, I would.
That is the difference. You guys were playing at the Town and Country Club. I remember we were in England and you guys played at the Town and Country Club, and I didn't get to go, but a couple people did go, and they came back telling me about Carla the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's something else. Yeah, she was great to play with. Yeah, she does a lot of stuff now.
I think this is the only time that I saw you guys live was at the Cotton Club in Atlanta touring to support this album. And it was such a great show. Really small, intimate venue. Seen a lot of fantastic groups there, including Lenny Kravitz's first tour, Let Love Rule, is just this little small club. So to be able to see you guys in that small environment with such a big sound, especially playing some of the tracks off of this, was just a monster. And you guys supported it so well on the road, and
thank you.
Just staggering. And then once again, you push the envelope again with this masterpiece, Girl Brothers. Such a freak. Yes, I have all of them except for I don't have the last one. I don't have because I had it and I let somebody borrow it, and of course now it's a collector's item.
Of course, yeah.
This one and that last album are very, very cinematic. It's
yeah.
I feel like you added a lot, which kind of lends itself to your guys' work right now, currently with the TV and commercials and all the stuff that you're doing. So how do you cross the bridge going from that more, larger sound and kind of really focusing on being a little bit more atmospheric on some of these tracks?
Well, we went through a hard time, before we made that record, the Girl Brothers album. Wendy's brother died, and we found it really hard to play music after that for a while. There's several months went by where I couldn't, like, as soon as I'd feel a little bit of emotion, it was like all the emotion came out, and I was like, I couldn't go there for a while. But when we finally could go there and play and start writing, it was different. There was a lot on my mind and just a lot I wanted to say. And we worked we had made almost the entire album alone at home. And then Chad Blake was going to mix it. But when he heard it, he was like, let's do some things to it. Do you mind, if I transfer it onto 24 track? And because we were working on a little tape thing, Tascam thing. And so he transferred all the stuff and we added a few parts and he added his kind of touch. And that was that. I mean, we also, it was kind of a dark time, and Chad had lost his wife and we had lost Jonathan. And so we kind of like had a little bit of a dark soup around us the whole time, And so we tried to express it on the album and, kind of bring it to life. And we kind of did.
We got a couple questions from the audience, if you don't mind. I've been trying to star them and put them in, but since we're talking about this particular topic, Sue Kakashi says, did these difficult times also strain your and Wendy's relationship during that period of time? That may be a too personal a question, I don't know, but do you feel like some of the stuff actually got root into your relationships? No? Brought you closer, maybe?
If anything, it was the opposite. It was more like, rededicating, to life and each other. And, when you lose somebody, that was the first time we had, lost someone that close. And it really changes you. It it just stays with you. You never get over it. You learn to live with it, but you're forever, and then I lost my brother. And, I'm always 50-50 kind of. I'm sad and happy all at the same time because I've lost these people that were so much a part of me. And, and they were so talented, It's just, I don't know. It's a crazy story.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Let me get to some other questions here. There was some one from Franklin Rush. I've heard a few questions regarding this song. Please ask Lisa, was a song about Prince and what Prince thought about the song?
Yes, it was about Prince. And I don't know what he thought about it. He never said anything. That was the most obvious. We're writing a song about Prince. That's why we called it Song About. Guess what? And he never said anything.
To me, that's fitting though. Like it would be too exposing a situation for him to actually make a comment on it. Like, I think he'd rather act like nope, never heard it.
Yeah.
That's how I always found him. Was like he didn't want people to know that he was, like, don't try to get into what I'm thinking. You have no idea.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's true.
Well, there's a follow-up question from Lady Cab Driver. Says, did you write any songs for Prince's memory after he passed?
Oh, wow. Instrumentally, I haven't written anything lyrically to do with him, but on Collage, one of the improvs, 777, was kind of about him. And it's an improvisation, but it was him on my mind. And
is there a 777A? I seem to remember there being a 777A on this album.
Yeah.
What's the difference between, first off, if anyone here has not heard this album Collage, that this was released last year, correct?
Yeah.
It is incredible. It is such a great work album to have playing in the background, such beautiful melodies, and just it's an incredible album. What is the significance between 777 and 777A? And there's also a 77 song, I think, as well.
Yeah. Well, because my mother died as well. And so the other sevens are to do with her. It's it's just sevens, they're and not just lucky seven, but it's a very spiritual number. And also with the dates of April 21st is a seven, sort of, so things like that. I just, in my mind, when I did these improvs, I sort of had this logic in my mind. Sometimes when you play, you have this whole other logic about the world. And I just wrote it down as I was thinking it. And it just was so meaningful to me. So it's kind of hard to explain. It's just a little abstract, but it made sense to me.
Now, didn't you also, was the last time you played with Prince on 7/7/2007? Weren't you guys at that 777 show?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh,
that's weird.
I think that's the last time I remember you guys playing, because I think I remember seeing something where he had said something to you like on the mic or something, that these are my best friends. And I think before that, or previous to that, you guys had a pretty strained relationship. So it was kind of like out of the blue, that comment.
Yeah. So, that's right. Man, I forgot about that. How could I forget about that? That's great. So maybe that was in my subconscious.
It
The
could be.
sevens came spilling out.
Go
I
ahead,
have a
Michael. I know
question.
you've been holding on.
Hey, listen,
I know. It's good
I know
stuff.
what these people are thinking out there.
Oh, I know.
You know,
I know.
well,
Go
I
ahead.
didn't let her
Go
talk,
ahead.
so
Go ahead.
I cooled it. I backed up a little bit, but I just wanted to. My understanding is actually somebody's asking over here about April 21st. It's I think what I've been told is that you guys recorded Sometimes It Snows in April on April 21st, 1985.
Yeah, that's correct.
And that he passed also on April 21st, but in 2016.
Yeah.
And that kind of freaks me out. But you were actually involved in the process. So it's like, have you had time to ruminate about that? Or is it just nothing you don't really think about it? Or never
No,
really considered it?
when I can't remember who actually called that to my attention. Somebody's discovered it. It might have been like Dwayne Tudor, one of those guys.
I see.
Yeah, because I wasn't really aware of that, and when they told me that, it gave me chills.
Okay.
That's like,
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
because
That's crazy to me too. Yeah.
that day that we recorded the song, and it was just the three of us, and it was so like, I don't know, there was like a communication that happened that was a little unusual. He was asking a little bit more of us, which was a little unusual, I found. Like, especially at that time, he was kind of a little more, demanding or something, but he kind of freed it up, and it's like, come on, I need Lisa on this. Give me a Lisa note, give me a Lisa chord, and it was just a beautiful day of that. And the song came out great. And yeah, it's
Wow.
pretty amazing that he would pass on the same day. It
It's
makes
like
you wonder
Mark
about.
Twain with the Mark Twain with the comet. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, right.
Wasn't he born when the comet came and he said, I'll leave when the comet comes back? And that's what
Yeah,
happened.
and he did. It's
Oh, my
crazy.
goodness.
It's not, well, and technically, Collage is your first solo album, but I'm curious. I've been trying to find this because
Oh, wow.
you had done film music for I guess this movie ever come out called Valentino's Ghost? Can you tell us a little bit about this album?
Yeah. Wow, I'm not sure if the film came out or not. But it was a score I really enjoyed doing. Michael Singh was a director, and just me and my buddy Josh, the engineer, did the score. And yeah, I like some of those cues a lot. Valentino's Ghost was a kind of controversial film about Arabs and the perception, kind of like about Islamophobia. And it's an interesting film. I think it may have come out. It was a documentary, sort of. It wasn't really a story.
So it wasn't about kissing him near a crystal blue Italian stream. This was very different.
Very different. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah.
Well, and that's the other thing too, is that, so many of these things I stumble on and just like, man, I would love to be able to hear that. And I think that soundtrack never got released. So I assume that the film didn't either, but it would have been amazing to be able to hear some of this stuff, because I don't think you recognize, or maybe you do, the flow that you have when you're playing piano, and just the vibe that you create is just, I do recognize it, or can you identify it when it's happening, when it's flowing out of you? Is it obvious to you?
I mean, yeah, I think sometimes as a player, you definitely have days where you're like, oh, it's coming, it's on. you know, and you have other days where you have to think more about what, you know, what you're playing, and use your knowledge and your experience, and that comes into play. But then when you get to the flow state, you know, you can stop thinking and just like start listening. And that's when I know, you know, I'm in for a treat.
Did you always have the inner discipline, or was it something you had to develop?
Um, I I started taking like classical lessons as a small kid, and you know, I wanted to. I wanted to exercise. You know, my hands,
Mhm.
and I felt like that my hands were the athletes, and I had to train them so that they
Mhm.
can just forget and just fly.
Mhm.
So that's what I tried to do growing up.
Did
Right.
I need to commandeer this interview for the last, I don't
Sure.
know how long she'll stay, and I have things that I've been thinking about for years that I need to kind of address. Your timekeeping is immaculate. Even when you play by yourself, you are even unto yourself. Like, you know what I mean? All stellar players are like that. And I wonder, like, how did you have to develop a different sense for the pocket once you joined up once you joined Prince's band? Were you already into funk and kind of had the sense for like what that thing is? Because it's sort of a colloquial thing, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you guys
Yeah.
had it out west, like Sly and the Family Stone and whatnot. You had it, but like, how much of an influence did you get from that?
You know, probably a lot, and I was totally unaware of it. And when I was about uh 15 or something, my next door neighbor, he was a guitar player, and he came over one day and said, "Will you join my funk band?" And I was like, "No." Like, funk
Okay.
band? What? And he was like, "You're so funky." And it was just, I
Yeah.
didn't know that. It was just the way I played when I just doodled, you know, kind of thing. And so it wasn't until he said that, Andy Rosen,
Okay.
that I was like, oh, maybe I could play funk.
But you were
And
already doing it. That's why he wanted you.
I
That's what I'm
don't
saying.
know.
It's like, you had it. I'm like, where did you get it?
Well, you know, my father's a percussionist, so
Oh, right,
you
right.
know, I grew up on
Mhm.
2 and 4.
So you, if nothing else, you got time. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'll let you have it back there, Mr. Chris.
No, I love listening to it
Okay,
because
well, wait a minute then, because
our focus. We do have some questions here from the audience.
yes,
So let's go back and
I
forth.
don't. Okay, if you want to, but I do have a couple more for Lisa. But, so let us know if you want to leave, because I got to squeeze these in, Lisa. We don't want you to go, but I don't want to miss my opportunity to ask you some things.
I know. Well,
Go
I
ahead,
can
Lisa.
give you a few more minutes.
Okay, so let's just ask this one question, then Michael, you can finish with your questions here. Actually, go ahead, Michael. Go ahead and get your couple questions, and then we'll
I
close.
mean,
with
my well, my main question is very simple. Like, did Bill Evans have any influence on your playing?
Yes.
That's what I hear when I hear you playing. I hear this very special choice in harmony, and
Wow.
it's. I mean, it's, you have a very specific thing happening, and the only thing I can think of that seems to come to mind when I hear you is Bill Evans, like
Wow.
Blue and Green, like, you know what I
Wow.
mean? Like, that
Yeah.
comes so profoundly over to me when I hear you play piano, and so I just
Wow.
wondered if maybe you got it around the way, or did you actually did Bill Evans have an actual influence?
And
I
who were
mean,
your influences?
he
Yeah.
was, Bill Evans was like probably my favorite as a
Wow.
teenager.
Okay,
Yeah. I just
Good call,
fell in love
Michael.
with him. And yeah.
just going by what I hear
Yeah, I
Yeah,
see.
and feel.
that's amazing. That's really amazing. You busted me. That's it. Bill Evans.
In the best possible way. I'm you're busted.
Yeah, no, I'm totally flattered. Like, I, you know, I'm not going to say anything because I'm just going to take it. Thank you.
Everyone here at this moment is enchanted with you and everything that you've done, and completely enamored by just your smile and the way you laugh. So I don't know if I'll ever get to speak to you again. So I had to get these things off my chest.
Yeah.
So.
I think that's important.
I'm good.
Important for you to know that, you know, and I anybody that has been watching this show for years will tell you that you are one of the guests that I have been hoping to get on this show for many, many years, because you rightfully deserve to have your flowers, because you are such a phenomenal artist.
Oh,
you
yes.
had your fingerprints are all over Prince's work, no pun intended. And you can tell the difference of the contributions as you separate out the Wendy and Lisa stuff, and your songwriting is phenomenal. You know, your collaborations with Wendy are just magical. And so I wanted to make sure that we got that in, because we really wanted to come and celebrate you here today. That is for sure.
Well, I'm so lucky, and thank you. I'm totally flattered, and you know, you guys have been blowing up my head for an hour now, and I'm like,
all right, we got one more closing question, which seems appropriate, which seems like a good one, which from Charlotte says, "Hey, Mr. Christopher, I have a question for Lisa. What would be your advice to young artists like me who are just starting out in the music business, and do you have songwriting tips?"
Yeah, really try to be as honest. Like if you're singing, don't worry if you're like a bad singer, just be real, you know, be honest about what you're saying. And when you get stuck writing songs, like sometimes, you know, a fun musical thing to do is like sit on one note and then play all the chords around that one note that you think belong with that note. And then all of a sudden you're like going, la, 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 and it sounds different on every chord. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I have an idea. So that's what I do.
That is an awesome song tip. That's fantastic. So, I mean, yeah, unreal. I know that you're going to be on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What are you doing on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I'm playing with Cyndi Lauper.
Whoa!
Nice.
Look at her face in the shot. You're being fierce.
Fierce. That's incredible. Oh man, that is incredible. We cannot wait to see you there. And of course, if you guys missed the beginning of the interview, don't worry. You can tune in tomorrow. You can listen on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Odyssey, all the places that you listen to podcasts and whatnot. And also, we are so looking forward to this collaboration with yourself and Wendy and Annie Lennox. Oh my God.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And they're in the studio right now doing the mastering process and whatnot. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot thank you enough. I really can't.
Yeah,
Please
sorry for kind of trampling you early on. We had to figure out. We didn't talk about what we were really going to do here.
This show has been. This show has been coming for years. Yeah, this show has been coming for years. This is
We talk over each other a lot, and we ended up talking over you a little bit in the front. I'm just apologizing.
Yes,
we're still figuring this out, and we're very excited to have you. You know?
Absolutely.
Thank you. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
Well, actually, before you go, is there any way you could say, "This is Lisa Coleman, and you're listening to Funkatopia"? I'd like to put that on the radio in front of her songs.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, just whenever you're ready, I can pull it out.
This is Lisa Coleman, and you're listening to Funkatopia.
Nice. Expect to hear it on the 24/7 ASCAP and global music rights licensed radio station that we have. You can download the Funked Up app, and it's 24/7 funk. And of course, we have Wendy and Lisa tracks on there. A lot of Wendy and Lisa tracks. So you're going to be able to hear that bumper. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the one, the only
absolutely.
Lisa Coleman.
Without question. Without question. Right. It's almost Devo or something. Devo choreography.
All right,
You
Lisa,
guys,
we'll let
thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll let you get back to the studio. Please let us know when that album's ready. We'll be happy to promote it for you.
Without question.
Okay, good deal.
All right,
All right,
thank you,
guys.
Lisa.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my gosh, I knew we only had it for a certain period of time. I am so sorry that there were so many questions here. I knew that we only had it for an hour, and I knew that there was going to be questions that we needed to cover as far as Prince's discography, and then of course Wendy and Lisa's discography. I even skipped over Purple Rain. Okay,
Listen,
I skipped over some pretty major things.
That's fine because it was really about her, and I know. That's the thing is that. What I like is the fact that when people come here, we talk about the real deal,
Right.
like
Exactly.
we get involved in like, well, what is your raison d'etre? Like, why are you doing this? And why do you do it like that? Like, I think we got a pretty even balance of like what people who are fascinated with pop culture want to know, but there's got to be some actual like artistic, you know what I mean? Content. Like, I thought we did a decent job balancing that out, but it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, and that was the thing. Like, I literally could have kept her on for easily another hour.
She's done a lot. Yeah, I got you, man.
Because I was happy that I got to showcase some of my Wendy and Lisa collection to Lisa.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sure. Yeah, I knew you need to get your rocks off, man. I got you.
I mean, let me just say, because these are, and again, the Funkatopians that have been here for many years have heard me daunt and, do worship over Wendy and Lisa and their contributions, because this is, Eroica is one of my all-time favorite albums. It sits in my, it is such a great, all of these albums are fantastic.
Those records are great. You're
Girl
right.
Brothers
I was
is good.
starstruck, Prince Nelson. I was starstruck.
Yeah, it was kind of hard not to do that.
Because it was like meeting a person, a different soldier in the same war I was in. You know what I mean? It's
right.
Like, well, what action did you see?
Yeah, I had no choice. I had to fangirl a little bit because I'm just such a huge fan. It's just it's hard to contain yourself. I know that's how I'm going to be once we get Lenny Kravitz on the show. Those types of, it's like these types of artists are like, so Jody Watley, I know I'll do it unnecessarily. All these conversations, all these artists I'm in ongoing discussions with, trying to, work things out. So they'll be coming down the pike, and we've had Funkatopia has had a pretty amazing 2025. We've had some pretty insane interviews.
Yeah,
this year.
Well, I mean, once we really decided to team up, it got hot, didn't it? It got hot quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely got hot.
Yes, sir.
I mean, for sure, it's been incredible. I know that a lot of people are doing things for Halloween. Is anybody going to be going out and doing anything or planning to dress up a specific way? I'm curious if anybody's going to be in costume, but I will say, if you happen to be in the Minneapolis area on maybe the night before Halloween, there might be an event that you might like to attend. I'm just thinking.
Man. Wow.
I was thinking maybe.
I wasn't even thinking about that. Man, you got to be crazy. Man, we rehearsing tomorrow. Sonny, what time is rehearsal tomorrow, man?
Oh, Sonny's in the mix. Sonny's in the mix.
Sonny's going to play on this Thursday at Crooners in
my
Minnesota.
Gosh.
Sonny will be there. Bobby Goodtar will be there. Bobby Gonzalez. He's going to be playing Top Dollar, Johannes Tona from the Corey Wong Band and from Stokely. Man, it's going to be one of the funkiest nights anybody Barbarella, anybody ever saw, man. It's going to be hot. We just playing the straight up funk. Ohio, you can see them, Ohio players, Sly. You see young Prince. You see young Stevie. George is in there, man. We're going to stay true to the funk all night. I hate anybody's going to miss this show because we don't know how many pure funk shows there are.
Man, I wish I was up there. We were talking about, there's a show that you're doing in December, right? So there's because I know you and I were talking about, if there any way that I would be able to get up there for that show?
Yeah.
to kind of hang out with you guys, and that was the December 6th. December 6th. Yeah.
Yeah. The
Revelation.
It's just
Revelation.
Yes.
Not
I was gonna
the
say the Revelation show, but
we keep
December
causing
6th
problems.
Yes.
Keep causing problems.
December 6th at the Varsity here in Minneapolis is Revelation. And that'll be me and Ash Smashington and G and JB and Bobby and Barbarella. I should let everybody know, you don't expect to see Dr. Fink. Dr. Fink had a situation happen, and so he's not even going to be in town when we're playing. So I had to call upon the illustrious Corey Eischen to sub for Fink. So also, I was just talking about Johannes. Johannes is actually stepping in for Rick Rock on this gig. It's a lot of things have just been moving around, and I've just been trying to hold on for dear life, man. But we've been in rehearsal this week. It's gonna be so hot,
man. But this one's happening this Thursday.
Literally
literally 2 days.
The Funkathon.
Yes.
Pure funk.
Annaby, we're live, all the way live. This is not a replay.
Yes.
It'll be a replay tomorrow and after this is over. But it's live all the way.
Man, we made history tonight.
Yeah, man.
I'm good now.
Yeah, I'm good
too. Jesse comes back or not with his last interview. Come on, man.
Yeah. We had Jesse Johnson's last interview.
Come on back, Jesse. Come on back and talk to Teddy Bear.
Oh, he'll be back because he's got once the album drops.
All right.
He said he was coming back when the album drops. So
that hurt my heart. Jesse said that he didn't want to talk to nobody no more, man. There's so much love.
He don't have to do marketing. He'll have to do marketing for the album.
Okay. Well, great. If you think you can twist his arm, go for it.
Joni says, what made you go with Revelation over Evolution?
The what the words mean?
Yeah, well, yeah, that yeah, and then on top of that, Evolution and Revolution, that's just
too close. Yeah,
too close.
We were already
it was
close.
already a problem.
With the font, we just invited more trouble. So I'm glad we finally just backed off that and just found a neutral font and took the and now it's just Revelation.
Just man, I had so many things that I was going to be. I skipped over so much, man. If I could show you this list of
how many questions you had for Lisa?
I was like, even as I was writing it, I was thinking to myself, there's no way, man. There's no way I'm going to get through all this. This is not possible.
Well, good people are busy. We were lucky to have an hour with her.
Oh yeah. Because she's in the studio right now. As you guys may have missed, she is. And if you did miss some of the show, do not worry your pretty little head, because you can actually listen on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Odyssey. What other ones? Amazon Music. You can listen anywhere you want to. Starting tomorrow, it will just be the audio only version, and then when this is over, you could rewatch the video version on YouTube, X, and also Facebook. Right. So we have all three of those, and yeah, man, it's been a lot of fun. And of course, I'm trying to get out there a little bit more. I've been doing these jam session shows. I've decided I'm going to be doing a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we'll be doing another jam session show where I just play a lot of live and rehearsal stuff, and we just hang out and
anybody making donations?
No. There was like one or two. I told him, I said, I'll play for an hour, and if somebody wants to donate or whatever, and there's a lot of people listening.
All right,
then I'll play a little bit. Then I'll play a little bit longer. And all
right, chat room.
Yeah, there was a couple of them, but we did. These cards. These are the IMAX cards.
Yes.
If you guys missed the IMAX show, Prince Sign of the Times IMAX show. They actually gave away these commemorative cards that look like tickets, and they gave these away at the IMAX theater. A lot of people didn't even get to an IMAX showing in their area, and some of them they did, but these weren't available. So I put these out on the store, funkatopia.com/shop. So Funkatopia, FUNKATOPIA.com/shop. And you can actually get these Prince Sign of the Times things. But I'm not even doing it. It was $5 for 2 of them, and that includes shipping. So it's like the envelope shipping and me taking it. I'm not trying to make money on this. And a lot of people got them. There's still some available, not many, but there's still some available.
Who's this dude? He almost got in trouble trying to listen to the funk.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. No, on the show, Pete, it's there's a couple places that you can actually donate. Obviously on Cash App, $ Funkatopia, Venmo @Funkatopia, but also the biggest thing, the biggest support that we prefer is that you join at patreon.com/Funkatopia, patreon.com/Funkatopia. Will not only let you get into all kinds of stuff like unedited videos and all kinds of different things, back scenes and music and all kinds of stuff. That's the best way to support us. You can donate there. But when I do the show, the jam sessions, there's a scroll that goes across. It's actually this scroll that goes across the bottom. So, but
yes,
man,
give people.
Oh, absolutely.
Give, please.
Yeah. I mean, and a lot of people are like, well, for what? Well, we have a lot of expenses on Funkatopia. Obviously, the StreamYard itself costs a lot. But then on top of that, the Funked Up app that you guys listen to 24/7 funk radio station that we have is an ASCAP and global music rights licensed radio station. And so when you listen to the music, the artists actually get paid. So that there's not a lot of online podcast type radio stations or apps and stuff that actually do that. They just play it. So there are fees that come with it. On top of it's just the licensing fees and everything that we have to deal with, not on top of all the regular maintenance stuff. So it's a lot. So we want to keep the funk coming and obviously continue pushing Prince's legacy forward. Even though that seems like we're really, really focused on that, we're really trying to do an outreach and focus on a lot more than just funk stuff. I mean, that's the reason why we've had guys like Danny Bedrosian from Parliament Funkadelic on, and we've had Darwin and who else? Mohini Day.
We've had a lot of great people, man.
Fred Wesley, Corey Wong, David Garibaldi, Mono Neon, Thomas Dolby. All these guys have been on the show this year. High Fade. All these guys have been Watermelon Funk. All of these bands and artists have been on this show just this year. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. It's insane. I mean, we've kind of been doing it. So let's see. Oh, tell us how to get to Princegiving. Princegiving will happen next month. I'll talk about it next month. For those that don't know, Princegiving is when we play all of Prince's music in its entirety in chronological order. And I'll just say it's a lot. It's a lot of music. It takes because we go deep. Like if he pushed something out on MPG Music Club, or if he pushed something out on the Third Eye Girl TV or whatever, excuse me. If he did any of those, then we captured it and we made sure that it's part of that. And it takes 4.5 days to go through his music. 4.5 days to go through it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane. It's ridiculous. I tried to put together a Michael Jackson one, but no joke. It wasn't even a day. So it was like, okay.
People don't really get it, man. Prince's output is like it's an album a year, basically. You know, I mean, it's more. It's just more than almost
so
any
much
contemporary artist, man. Really. You know,
when's your next Prince X band member that you're trying to get on the show? Here's the thing about what we do here. I have so many irons in the fire, a bunch of people. I have a laundry list of people that I'm on regular rotation conversations with about trying to arrange to get them on the show. And a lot of times they won't even let me know until less than a week's notice. And then I've kind of got a little scramble a little bit, because I mentioned Lenny Kravitz. I mentioned Jody Watley. I've mentioned Who else have been? Angelo from Fishbone. There's so many artists that I'm in constant rotating discussions with, and I know that Michael could pick up the phone and snap something really quick.
I nominate Miko Weaver.
I'm all about it. You got his number?
Oh,
I
think I know somebody who might be able to get in touch with him, but
it'd be good
the one I haven't seen in the longest, man. And he might have a lot to say. He also might have nothing to say. Really hard to say, man. I mean,
I've seen some clips. I've seen some crazy clips.
Bit, and I don't want him to try. I'm not trying to get him to blow up the spot, but I haven't seen him in so long. Yeah. Oh, somebody said Miko doesn't want to talk.
Well, we'll see.
I'll give him a chance to refuse if I can get there.
Assuming that
I would absolutely talk to Questlove, man. I got no.
Oh no, trust me. I was at one music fest this weekend. I didn't share any pictures, but oh my gosh, there were one music fest. It was the Dungeon Family reunion. So Outkast was there. Andre wasn't there, but members of Outkast were there. Killer Mike was there. Goody Mob was there. Plus, on top of that, the Roots were there. And sitting in with the Roots was Busta Rhymes and then Mary J. Blige. They both came in and sat in with the Roots. And I've got it. I've got it recorded. I actually had it recorded. I was like audio of it. So I wanted to hear it. But there was 50,000 people in that park. 50,000. And 100 of them were my shade.
You're not used to seeing that many white people at a black event? You ever see a Bob Marley concert?
Oh no, I mean it was, yeah, and I'm not kidding when I say that's not hyperbole. There was like, if I had to guess, maybe there was a bunch of people out of 50,000 that I didn't see that were kind of sprinkled. All right, I'll give you 200, like salt.
We're gonna talk about the sprinkles now.
Like salt. Cracker sprinkles.
All right, now you're going all the way. I didn't say cracker. You said cracker.
Like little saltine sprinkles all through. I maybe 200. Maybe 200. That is how it was a very, very hip hop event. Wale was there. And then Ludacris closed the show on Sunday night. There was a point to this. Ludacris closed the show on Sunday night, and he had Usher came out, LL Cool J came out, Fergie came out. It was just like, it was unreal. I mean, the One Music Fest was no joke this year, but I did my absolute damnedest to try to get backstage, to get in front of Quest, because I used to have Amir's number, and now it's changed. It's obviously different. But I want to try to get right in front of him to be able to ask him to come on the show. That's how I almost got Bernie Worrell. I went to go see Bernie Worrell at the Bear Creek Music Festival.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and I got in front of him, and he said, yeah, he'd love to come on the show, and then he said, talk to my wife, and blah, 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 blah. So we were talking to, and we were actually scheduled to try to get it and lock it down, and then he passed away. So it was just like, man, it was
wow.
But I did get a lot of photos from that show too, because I was there as press. So I got a lot of great photos of Bernie Worrell. You can see a lot of that stuff at atlantamusicmarketing.com. Yes, there's, what don't I do here? Atlantamusicmarketing.com. I got a bunch of photos. I even got photos of the revolution there. So a lot of press stuff. But yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I could call him, but he don't want to come on the show. I talked to Sonny today. So you talk about not wanting to. Sonny's really not interested in doing interviews. He's done plenty. And
yeah, he's been on the show before too.
Yes,
so.
But people don't realize Sonny and Prince go way back. Like Prince was like 15 when he met Sonny. Like, this is not just somebody he used to work for. These are people who were friends as, formative, like teenagers and whatnot. It's a different vibration for Sonny, all this, and it probably cuts him in a way that we may not be able to exactly understand. I don't mean to speak for him, but I'm just saying, I what I feel from him, and I've sat next to Sonny for years on end. So there is a bit of a quantum entanglement. It's like a lot of stuff he doesn't have to explain to me because I can feel him, you know, and it's a different thing, I think, for him, you know.
Brian, actually, Vernon Reed is actually one of the closer ones that we have to coming on the show. I can show you our dialogue back and forth. He wanted to actually come on the show a few weeks ago. I can't remember what it was. Was it for the Time's Up? It was an anniversary of one of the Living Color albums, and I reached out to him, and we've been talking back and forth, and so he wants to come on the show. So Vernon is actually one of those closer ones that we would have in, but that's a perfect example of somebody that we would bring in that is non-Prince related, that kind of shows our expansion and our, how music heads we are.
I agree.
Yes, we've given up on Carmen.
Now wait a minute. I don't think I said Sonny beat Prince up, but I mean Sonny beat up whoever had it coming. I mean, he didn't just he didn't specialize on Prince, but I don't believe I said that. But if it was warranted, it might have happened. I'm
sure. I can imagine Prince getting his ass beat a couple times. That mouth. Yes. So he was. I believe you don't just develop that over life. He came that sharp tongue. He probably was born with it, and just was waiting for a chance to use it. But and yes, Jody, I kind of
beat up everybody. It's that. Yeah. Don't belabor that, Pete.
Jody says, "Have we given up on Carmen?"
We gave up, didn't we?
Yeah. I've tried to keep on sending messages to her and say, hey, can you come on the show? Can you come on the show? It falls on deaf ears. She's pretty, I guess she's pretty big in the modeling world. Van Hunt would be amazing. He's been on the show a couple of times years ago. He's been on the show a couple of times, and he's a good friend. When he was based out of Atlanta here before he moved to LA and became Halle Berry's significant other. They're not married yet, but they make a pretty good couple though. They're pretty good. But if you're chilling, can do whatever you want, can write whatever you want, and have Halle Berry walking around in lingerie in your house. You're like, I don't need to do any interviews. I
just think it's a weird thing. I got you. I made it to show. Like I didn't really want that much information about their relationship,
Oh, you're talking about that. I don't even know what that was. That advertising.
I don't know what it was either, but I didn't like it.
Was like a lube or I don't know, a toy? I don't know what it was.
I don't need it. I don't need that in my life, man. I don't need to know what they're doing.
Oh my God.
That's grown folks. It's you. As long as you have two consenting adults in the room, keep it there.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah. I would love to get Renato Neto. Also, he's on my list of people I would love to have on the show. And Jody Watley is something that we, all right.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to get with Pete on like email or something. We're gonna have it out at some point. The last time I'm addressing him for the evening. Listen, all I ever heard from Sonny was adoration for Prince when they were young. But Sonny was a disciplinarian, and anybody who got sideways with Sonny, he let them know, man. Even into rehearsal with the NPG, like there were a couple of times where Sonny had to let Prince know a couple of things, So don't make it a special thing, man. Sonny, I never seen Sonny pick on anybody. So I don't know what I said, but I'm telling you right now, that is not what I said.
There you go. That's got an exclamation point on the end of it.
You got to shut the door sometimes.
Oh, that's not what I think I
that
clicked
door
on
is shut. Sorry, Pete. Get at me on Facebook.
I see a lot of people talking about, Larry Graham. Yeah, that would be great. Patrice Rushen, that would be great. Larry would be unbelievable, but Larry is one of those guests that you have to kind of walk a really, really fine line, because he's got a very he's a very polarizing figure in the Prince world. People outside of the Prince world, he's Larry Graham. Graham Central Station or James, but if signed to Family Stone, it's
Oh,
Larry
that's
Graham.
right. A lot of people got upset because Prince turned him on, and
Or he
there
turned
went
on,
the Prince we know and love.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know, I gotta say from what I saw, it was sincere because I'll be honest. The first time Prince saw that Graham Central Station was playing at like the House of Blues in L.A., like on Sunset, and he said, "I think I'm gonna go." He said, "Larry is doing shows," and Prince flew out, as far as I understood, and saw the show. He was like, "Larry still got it." And then like a week later, some watchtowers showed up at Paisley. And Prince brought us into his office to look. Did you see this? You know, and by the time that was all over, he was a card-carrying member. You know.
Yeah, I read an interview just recently. It's not obviously a recent interview, but I just read an interview recently where Prince was talking about that religion, and he was saying it was the first. And I don't think he was talking about the religion as much as he was talking about Larry, and he was saying that Larry kind of described God and heaven and just, I guess, the religiosity of it all, if that's even a word, better with more clarity than he had ever heard anybody talk about it. And it was, I'm sorry, Nick West has been on the show. Nick West was on the show last year. Nick West was on. Yeah, I love Nick. She was great. A lot of guests that we could. Yeah,
a lot of people. I mean, you've had a lot of people though, also, you know.
Yeah, Nick West was a lot of fun. She was great.
Cool.
Yeah, you got to just go onto the Funkatopia channel and search for Nick West Funkatopia. You'll find the interview. It's there.
Yeah.
We got so many people. There you go. Let's manifest Janet.
Wow.
You want to see me lose my shit on like you saw me lose with Lisa, get Janet on the show, because let me tell you, there is like a section of my album collection that's like this of Janet. I mean, it's like this much of Prince, like this much of Janet, this much of Jesse Johnson. It's like there's certain artists that when they come on the show, it's very, very hard for me to contain myself. And it's like, okay, let's kind of reel it back. I got to reel it back for sure. Man, what a great night, dude.
Yeah, I'm still kind of humming on that.
Yeah, it's
humming on this. Yeah.
Andy Allo's been on the show before. Andy Allo took over the radio station, by the way. Andy Allo came on and took over the radio station for an hour, playing all of the songs that meant the most to her during her childhood. And she described, it was a lot of fun. She did the Andy Allo takeover. I would love to get Morris Day. Yeah, for sure.
That'd be hot.
Yeah. Victor Wooten has been on the show. All of the Wooten brothers have been on the show.
Before they start bringing up different names. Well, what about Future Man? Did you have Future Man on the show? Yes, he came on with Victor.
Franklin wants to know where I got the shirt from. Actually, this shirt was sold by the Prince Estate, and they had it up for a limited time online, and I was able to. Somebody had actually purchased. At the time, I was a 2XL, so this is the reason why I'm swimming in this shirt.
Right on.
And I'm now just a large, so now I got to throw away not throw away, but I can't wear most of my stuff. But yeah, Questlove is definitely in the mix for sure. I would love to get him on the show, but yeah, man,
it'll be all love, man. Yeah, absolutely.
So you got a rehearsal tomorrow with Sonny T. You're going to be killing it at Crooners. I'll put that up for those who are up in the Minneapolis area. Sure. I'll put that up one more time.
Thursday, October 30th.
Croonersmn.com. CROONERS.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank
MN.com. And go check out Pure Funk. Thursday night funk session. It's going to be amazing. It's happening on Thursday, so it's not going to screw up your Halloween.
That's right. It's Funkoween.
Funkoween. Yeah, it's this, and that's coming up this Thursday. So if you're up in that area or driving distance, Funkoween. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot, man.
Well,
man. Right. Well, Lisa Coleman was on the show. She was here. Yeah. And I know it was unprofessional, but I asked her for a bumper on live today. I used to do that all the time with every single guest that came on the show, and it became part of the show, and it was fine. Everybody was just like, I'll do it. But then I can use those bumpers because
sure.
Even to get them on the show is a lot, so you got them. Jesse Johnson's been saying, oh yeah, I got to get you that bumper, man. I got to get you that bumper. And then it'll be a random text in the middle of the night. And he'll be like, yeah, I still owe you that bumper. Just whatever. That's the reason why when you got him on the show, you just have him do it. So now I have a new bumper from Lisa. Oh my God.
Yeah, man, we can go on to the house. We could adjourn right now.
Yeah, we are going to. I hope you guys had a phenomenal time. Tomorrow at 11 a.m., not p.m., 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
I'll be doing the jam session where I'm just going to hang out with you guys and just play some music, some cool rehearsal stuff from different jam sessions and sound checks and whatnot. Because those are the types of things that never going to get released, and it's the only thing that Prince was really okay with us playing, because they're never going to get released. They just kind of live. They sit in the vault and rot away.
Don't say that, man.
So definitely. Well, it's all right. We got, and listen, if you want the expanded edition Around the World in a Day, you need to go to store.prince.com because they have, you can pre-order that Around the World in a Day expanded edition if you're excited about it. I'll probably get it because I have to. I just feel like,
it's like Pokemon. What, are you going to get 6 of them and not the 7th?
Yeah. I always sit there and go, now what? Like if we end the stream and then I keel over dead for what? I mean, it's like I just I'm kind of getting to that point where I don't really understand why I'm collecting so much stuff that I'm not going to be able to take with me, and that
Yeah, but listen, man. I mean, I think right now having music like on an actual form, like not just streaming, man. I think it's important. I mean, I'd rather have the real document like in my hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it means something, man. I think it really does,
Yeah, but then I don't play it. Like I got the 1999 Super Deluxe box. That was not cheap. I mean, I'm thinking that box set was like $80 or something like that. I mean, it was just CDs and whatever. But I think I played it once. I played them once and then put it back, and that's it. So it was like $80 to listen to it one time. And then everything else was out on Spotify, so I didn't have to strip it and download it. And
I'm just saying, I know. I'd rather have it in my hand, man. I don't even care what medium. Give me cassette tape. I don't care, man.
I love cassette tapes.
Me too.
I love that little stack that's right there. This black thing right here behind me is a speaker. Yeah, that's how I listen to music in the morning. But that little stack right there is some hand-picked cassettes right there. I've got The Family on cassette over here.
Oh,
I like all kinds of old school cassettes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I hope you guys had a good time. If you're in the Minnesota area, please go to croonersmn.com and pick up tickets to go see Michael Bland and Sonny T. And who all's going to be there? Also,
Pure Funk. Bobby G from Sacramento, California, played with Sheila, played with The Time, played with Earth, Wind and Fire. Great guitar player, great performer, just an all around, just a really just great human. Bobby will be there. Johannes from Corey Wong's band, and he plays with Stokely. Sonny will be there. G Sharp, JB, Tommy Barbarella. It's the
heck of a show.
It's Funkoween, man.
Yeah, Funkoween. That's this Thursday, October 30th at Crooners in Minnesota. So you better, if you're in that area, go. And of course, tomorrow, if you can't go anywhere, if you're not mobile, then obviously you can tune in tomorrow morning, Wednesday at 11 a.m. I'm going to do a little bit of a jam session on here and hang out with you guys.
Yes, sir.
I sold I had a dance light that was going behind me, and somebody offered to buy it. And so I sold it. I was like,
cool.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
I think I made a mistake because it's a Rabbit Tanaka, which I guess is like a Japanese lighting guy or whatever. And it ended up being like some type of collectible or whatever. And I think when I handed it to the guy, he had this look in his eye like I was insane. I was like, should I not have sold this? So, all right, whatever. Here.
What's done is done, man.
Yeah, bye now.
Let's not squabble over, cry over spilt milk, brother.
Next week will probably be a free for all unless we get somebody in the mix. Unless we get somebody in the mix for Tuesday. As it stands, it will be a free for all with Michael Bland and myself, and we'll probably just take a bunch of different questions, and you can like unload on Michael and tell him what he said in previous interviews that he didn't say.
Oh yeah, it's be mean to Michael Bland week next week.
Oh my God, I'm just a shit
I
starter.
can take it. I've been insulted by the best.
Yeah, I know. And I may answer questions about that, about what do we guys know about Diamonds of Love. I may answer different types of questions like that. We'll see.
It'll be a jam. Yeah.
Make sure you guys head to patreon.com/Funkatopia. And of course, if you do not follow and you're not subscribed or you're not, please like, subscribe, follow. Please click on it right now. Right now, we'll wait. I'll give you 3. Just click like, subscribe, follow. Please do that. We will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you once again to the amazing Lisa Coleman. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
I hope you guys got a few butterflies left.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye now.
Bye now.